Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So welcome you all in this textile track of Future Fest 2023. So I will be talking about recent trends in textiles and consumer behavior, which will be followed by two panel discussions. So I am from National Textile University, which is a federally chartered public sector university since 1953. So it's a small university, but very specialized university with a student body of 5,000. And it's among the leading, you can say, among top 5 textile universities in the world. So we are offering BS, MS, and PhD programs. So National Textile University, like the best global universities, is a research-intensive university. So we have 8 research centers, National Textile Research Center, Non-Woven Research Center, Advanced Textile Research Center, National Center for Composite Materials, Nanotechnology Research Center, Pak Korea Technical Textile Center, Denim Technology Center, and Center for Excellence in Compressed Air. So currently at national level, we are, NTU is leading one of the biggest research project in the history of Pakistan, knowledge textile, enhancement of global competitiveness of Pakistani textile export value chains by capacity building and product diversification. And we are also one of the founding partners in Pakistan Circular Textile platform. So circularity, in fact, it's a trend. It's a global trend. So I will try to share with you quickly to give you an overview what the circularity exactly is. So we have a lot of natural resources. You all know animal resources, crude oil, forest, land resources, water resources, etc. And we are using these resources. The problem is that what we are using, the quantity that we are using, is far greater than the availability, and it's creating a lot of problems. For example, the Americans, if all the earth they start, all the human being living on earth, they start living like Americans, so we need resources of 5 planets. Russia 3.4, Germany 2.9, UK 2.6, and so on. So being human, what we are using on average, it's 1.7 times the resources which are available. And for example, if we talk about only material resources, so their utilization is increasing day by day. So in 1970, it was almost at 3.7 billion people and 27 billion tons of resources that we were extracting. In 2070, 92 billion tons of resources we were extracting. And at the same rate, in 2060, we will be needing 190 billion tons of resources, which are not available. So when this problem initiated, this is, in fact, versus the years, the human capacity. So this is the planetary limit. So in 1970s, we in fact crossed that limit. And if we continue like this, so in 2050, we will be needing about 3, the resources equivalent to 3 planets which are not available. So if we want to continue, if we want that the life continue on Earth, so in that case, we need to reduce the utilization and the emissions. So what is happening due to this excessive use of resources? The first thing is the resources on the planet, they are depleted at an accelerated phase. And on the other hand, there is an extensive release of pollutants and heat disturbing the natural balance. And we are seeing this in the recent year. Like in 2022, the heat wave in Europe, it was like exceptional. Even today, there's a lot of smoke in Lahore. The floods in Pakistan, in the areas of Sindh, in fact, these are unprecedented. So due to this disturbance in, or due to this lack of balance in utilization and availability, we are disturbing the natural balance of this planet. And one of the major contributors is textile industry. So textile industry, of course, it's a big industry. They are providing a lot of employment. But at the same time, their contribution to global GHG emission is very, very significant. In textile industry, we are using a lot of water. And we are contributing, it's a major share, 9% of annual microplastic losses to ocean. So in the last 10 years, our CO2 emissions, it has increased by 77%. Our water usage, being textile industry, it has increased by 21%. And land usage for the fiber growth, it has increased by 8%. So quick data about the usage of, or the loss of resources at Earth. For example, only in this year, we have lost about 3.5 million hectares of forest. We have lost a land to soil erosion this year, 4.8 million hectares. Carbon dioxide emission, it's 24 billion tons. Desertification this year, 8.2 hectares. And toxic chemical which are being released, 6.7 million. And it's increasing day by day. And on the other hand, if we look at depletion, so with the rate we are using, there is only 41 years of oil which is being left on the planet. Almost 120 years of natural gas left, and almost 42 years of coal which is being left on the planet. So what we will do after that, in fact, it's the questions. So if we continue like this, so by 2060 we will be like contributing increase of carbon dioxide emission by 43%, which is huge. It means this earth will not be livable. So we need to act. We need to decrease these emissions by a combination of resource efficiency and sustainable consumption and production. So what are the solutions? There are three possibilities. The first thing is that we find new places with resources in the universe. Elon Musk is doing, he is looking for Mars. Then on the Earth, there are two possibilities. We work on reduction of emissions, and we work on reduced depletion on Earth by reducing the consumption. And here come, in order to reduce the consumption, here come the concept of circularity. So we have a linear economy. We take the material, we use it, it goes to dustbin. In recycling economy, we recycle a little bit. But in circular economy, we will not be like the dustbin will be empty, everything will be coming into the loop. So what we can do, being consumer, being industry, being human being, we need to act. It's UN Environment Program's agenda 9R, we say 9R. The first thing is reduce by design, which is very important. We think before producing the product, that the product, it can be recycled, it used minimum resources, the emissions are less. And then there is, at the end of consumer. Consumer is very important. So being consumer, we need to refuse the products which are not environment friendly. We need to reduce our consumption. We need to make habit of reusing the textiles. And then it's for industry, repair, refurbish, remanufacture, repurpose, and then recycle. So it's the same thing, linear economy. We extract material, we use it. Then at the level of user, reuse, reduce, refuse, and then this user to business, and then business to business, that once the material is in post-consumer form, we repurpose it or we recycle it. But the most important is reduced by design. So I will be concluding it. There are a lot of regulations which are coming. We need to act. We don't have options. For example, the Paris Climate Agreement, all the humanity, all the nation states, they agreed that we will be working in order to reduce the temperature rise in next 50 years by less than 2 degrees. Then there are regulations in EU. EU strategy for sustainable and circular textiles. There is similar thing in UK as well. And then there are similar alliances like Fashion Industry Charter for Climate Action, so they are committing almost the same. In US, it's the same thing. So what we need to work on is design of materials itself, manufacturing, retail, etc. So role of consumer, as I have shared with you earlier, is very important. It's one of the future direction for textiles, sustainability. In addition to that, there are several other things. It's combination of like IT and textiles, renewable, sustainable materials, polymers and finishes, which are like functional, which are sustainable, digitalization of textile value chain, composite materials, medical textiles, bioactive textiles, sustainable textile productions, nanotechnology, functional textiles, technical textiles. So these are the future, which will be discussed in detail by our panels. So these are the future of the textiles. Thank you very much.